So let's talk 9x19. First up on our hit list is going to be PP19, which I actually really love this gun. It's got really good potential all around. You know, it's basically a 9mm AK, so it takes a lot of your standard AK attachments, but it also has such great meme potential. For your budget version, I mean, really, it comes with 45 recoil standard, just without doing anything to it. Then you add a couple pieces, I think totaling about 50k to buy the gun, to buy the receiver, to buy the grip, to buy the handguard, and the buttstock, which is important. That little rubber butt pad, pretty important. You can get this thing down to 39 for about 50k. And that's, I mean, it's pretty rad. You can still run 7N31 in this and get 39 recoil without spending too much cash. And the only real downside is that you're maxed out at 30 rounds in a mag. But, I mean, it's a PP19. It's not really a big investment. 30 rounds, either you put the guy down or you don't. Next up on the hit list, which I kind of didn't know if I should go over this one or not, is going to be the MP9. I mean, the MP9's alright. I don't really love it. In my opinion, it takes too much money to make it decent. And again, you're still maxed out at 30 rounds. It's just not that great. The MP9's not that great. I mean, it's a fun gun. You can have fun with it, but I just wouldn't highly recommend the MP9. Really, it's not that expensive. If I'm looking at my budgeting sheet correctly, it's about 40k just to run like a standard MP9. And then to add this, you're looking at about 50-60k. It's like, meh. And obviously, we have to talk about the MPX. I mean, if we're going to talk meta, we're going to talk SMG, we're going to talk 9x19, you're going to talk about the MPX. And it is fairly easy to get, even just your standard stock build. Give Peacekeeper 7 dog tags, throw a little vertical grip on there, PK up top, and you're off to the races. If you're going to go for a budgeter build, I wouldn't really recommend the MPX. Probably the most meta thing in Escape from Tarkov right now. I mean, you've got a really easy way to put together a gun with 18 recoil and still get 48 erg out of it. Like, that's just stupid. I mean, this thing doesn't move when you shoot it. You thought the Val was OP last wave. I mean, this thing just shreds. And you've got 50s and 41 round mags. You're not limited to 30. There's really no downside to the meta MPX except for the price point. Obviously, meta, you're going to be paying a bit more. But really, to be able to get a gun that is 18 loud or 20 recoil quiet, it's probably worth it, especially this late in wipe. A lot of people are already established, you've got your Bitcoin farms running, whatever, you got a steady influx of cash. This is a really fun gun to run, and it just shreds the chattiest of chatty daddies running around any map. Obviously it's an SMG, so it's better for close quarters, but with the high velocity on 7N31, you can get decently long shot. You know, definitely a really good, solid gun. I'd say worth the meta. Oh, I just saw him for a second.
Where is he?
He dead. You can actually get just a standard MP5 from Peacekeeper for a really easy barter trade of just 8 scab knives. They do have to be the tan knives, not the black knives, but still, run your scab runs, kill scabs, whatever, collect knives. It's super easy to get a hold of one of these. And then you can deck it out, like I've done here. Really just add a couple of pieces to it. You need a threaded 3-lug, add your Osprey to it, and a decently cheap handguard. Put a little vertical grip on there. You've got 33 recoil, 61 erg. It's a great little killing machine. I highly rate the MP5, but above all else, you're almost just the standard MP5SD. Without doing anything to it, you've got 26 recoil and 68 erg. Like, what I added was the B&T 3-rail mount and a Burris Fastfire, because that's just my preferred optic for SMGs. This thing's absolutely bananas, and if you load in 7N31, you're gonna kill everybody in the lobby. And you might be asking yourself, Johnny, but what about the 15 recoil that you get from using 7N31? Well, let's take a look. At least from that distance, I really can't see a big difference. I mean, a little more horizontal recoil on the AP 6.3, but as far as these go, I'd say it's probably not that noticeable of a difference. Hold up now. That mag full of 7N31 seemed to jump way more than any of the others. I'm thinking that might be because my recoil control was debuffed from standing out here shooting thousands of rounds. So load it in again offline. I'm gonna try it again with the same gun, same bullets. As you can see in the mag 7N31. So let's give this another go. So we certainly got some more jump on that one. So specifically with this gun, it just jumps around a lot more. On the MP5, the PP19, it didn't really jump that much. So I guess this is your downside to running 7N31s. You can get inaccurate groupings. So I did some more testing, and it seems like with 7N31 in the MPX specifically, without a tactical device on to give you that point shooting buff, you get a lot more jumping around when you're full auto than any of the other guns that we tested. But when I went ahead and clicked on that laser, it was a super tight grouping. So I suppose if you're going to run the MPX, you want to make sure that you have a tactical device in order to keep that spread tight. Well, now you know something. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out my other video on how to build the 18 recoil MPX. It's definitely a banger. Thought I'd have it as a separate little ditty from this. But that has been the definitive 9x19 review. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. See you next time.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.